Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Dirt Slingers Wednesday Night Warriors UMP Modified Series. Tonight from the Quarter Mile Bull Ring at Limaland Motorsports Park. Have 23, make it 22 modified drivers checked in for tonight's race. Quick look at the points. John Batista with an 18-point lead over Tyler Schell. It's going to be Jacob Schmutz in third, Jason Randolph fourth, and Cody Olsen in fifth. Third, fourth, and fifth really battling each other for position there because first and second have got about 300 points on everybody. Drop week's about to come into play for drivers with 10 or more races, as this is the 11th of 12 weeks. They get 2 drops, so the points going to be shaken up pretty good by the end of the night. Have to see how our two contenders do every single solitary lap. Looking down through the field, Cole Basso on top of the speed chart right now. Shane Yates, Jacob Fields, Cole Newhofen, Tyler Schell fifth, John Batista sixth, right behind each other within about 3/100ths of a second. Jared's got about 4 or 5 minutes of practice left. I think what we'll do is we'll get our pre-race ceremonies out of the way, maybe grab a driver and chat with them before we get going tonight.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
JB, John Batista, you there, buddy? I don't think we're going to be able to reach John. He might be stepped away. Might be finding him some wings to munch on. That's something that he seems to do quite a bit. So we'll let these guys get ready to go. Out of practice and into their racing. They do not qualify. They get a random draw for heats. And yes, that is me, Tim. Hello, sir. Gotta fix somebody up here real quick with something. I need just a second, guys. All right, heat number 1 out on the track. So we'll get ready to run down our starting lineup. On the pole for the first time, and I don't know how long here in the Ultimate Dirt TV Black Diamond Motorsports, number 54 from Millington, Florida, JB John Batista. And on his outside from Owasso, Oklahoma, the Hot Car Classics, number 13, Cody Kelly. Row 2 on the inside, the GB Restoration and Repair, number 777 from East Troy, Wisconsin, Gary Budzine. And to the outside of him, and the 020 going to be Keenan Batters. Row 3 on the inside, the Jones Rockin' Dirt Band of Brothers Racing, number 70 from Abilene, Kansas, Will Gatsky. And on his outside, the Dirt Co Media House, number 6, going to be Cody Olson. In the 4th row on the inside, the Epic Media Spotter Wilkes American Dirt Motorsports, number 024 from Dubuque, Iowa, Sean Timmerman. And to the outside of him in the 99 machine, another Owasso, Oklahoma driver. That is going to be Colby Cooper. All right, drivers. Going to get going out of turn number 4, Batista and Kelly. Heat race number 1 off the front row. Green flag in the air. We are racing. You can see the drivers work the track in very well. This thing's going to break out into 2 lines very quickly here. Couple of bumps down the backstretch, so that's going to make it a little interesting on the exit of 2. Batista leading lap number 1. Kelly second, Batters his third way up top, but Cody Olson, the 6 car, looking to make a battle for that 3rd spot. All right, off of the bottom. 22 drivers entered tonight. 20 will race in our feature. 35 laps for that feature. These guys in heat race number 1 will do 3 heat races, 1 B main, and our feature tonight. John Batista out in front at the end of 3. Cody Kelly right in behind Cody Olson. Then Keenan Batters, Gary Budzine, Colby Cooper in a battle for the last spot. 7th and 8th, Timmerman and Gatsky side by side. Now 3 wide out of 4. As Budzine got a little bit out of shape, and he almost ended up making that 4 wide. Now they're 2 wide, 2 deep for the back 4 spots. Great racing all over. Cars high, cars low. Put Cooper into the 5th spot. Battle for 2nd. The Cody and Cody show now. 13 of Kelly, 6 of Olson as they're coming around to see 2 to go. They're side by side for 2nd and 3rd. Great bit of racing going on right now for transfer spots directly to the feature. Both those guys will be in if they can stay where they are. But you get to start a little closer to the front when you finish 2nd instead of 3rd. And Olson on the final lap takes that spot out of 2. John Batista is going to win heat race number 1. Cody Olson in a 2nd. Cody Kelly's going to come home 3rd. A battle for 4th. Looks like Cooper's going to get that. Then it'll be Batters, Timmerman, Budzine, and Gatsky. Good start to the evening for these drivers. This has been some of the best racing on the network for the last 10 weeks, and we are pretty sure that week 11 will be just as awesome. Heat race number 2, gridding out on the front stretch. The 11 car of Shane Yates will be on the pole. On the outside of him, Buddy Ware in the 017. Row 2 on the inside, the Fairway Mortgages, BS Air Catch Fence Apparel, Elbows Up Simsport, number 44 from Millersburg, PA. He sits 2nd in your points right now. It's Tyler Schell. I missed right there because I clicked that too quick. Let me get right back to that. On the outside of him, newcomer to the series. First time we've seen him back in DSRL in many, many moons. Comes back to us in the mods, the Elite 7, number 28 out of, I don't have a hometown for Zach Rounds, but that is Zach Rounds. The 3rd row on the inside, the 011 car of Cole Basso. And on his outside, the over-the-wall photography, number 72 from Milford, Ohio, is going to be Jeff Stewart. Your back row on the inside is going to be Cole Newhoffen in the 8 car. He comes to us from Waverly, Nebraska, and you can ignore that guy in 8th place. I logged in as a driver tonight and not a broadcaster, and, well, that's all right. It's not the first mistake I made today, and I guarantee it won't be the last. Guys, do not forget. Say hi in the chat. I can see. I saw a couple of my regular guys. Go over on Racecast if you've got a smartphone. Doesn't matter if it's Android, Apple. Go to Racecast. Download Racecast. Every time we go live, you'll get a notification. There is a ton of stuff going on over there at Racecast. Flea markets, race schedules, a lot of info, real world, sim world, all kinds of racing. Be sure you download a Racecast. All right, off the front row, going to be Yates and Ware. Heat race number 2 about to get underway. Pace truck all the way in the infield. Shane Yates on the throttle. Good start for him. He's going to be able to hold off the guys in the second row. The 44 car looked like he was going to take a great peek down the inside and try to get an early jump on that. He's going to come away with second. That's Tyler Schell. Yates hanging on to the lead, but Schell already battling for that spot. Zach Rounds up to a third. He started outside row number 2 right next to Tyler Schell, and he sits in third right now. Right behind that, Basso in the 11 car. The gray and white car with the pink numbers on it. Good-looking machine out there. He sits in fourth. Cole Newhoffen won a race here last week, I believe. And he is having a pretty good run. He's in fifth right now, trying to close the gap. Tyler Schell now has taken the lead away from Shane Yates. So Yates are relegated back to the second position. Halfway home, heat race number 2, 4 down, 4 to go. Rounds in third, and Rounds making a bid to take second away from Yates. Zach Rounds, very accomplished in the bigger body cars. Really got his start and really got good at running the bigger body cars, the late models, back when we first got dirt. He raced with us for a while, has a Sprints for Freedom 360 championship under his belt in the league. But he sits in second right now. Yates is third, running on the bottom, but Cole Newhoffen in that 8 machine is finding a lot of traction up top and a whole lot of speed. He is bringing the 8 car around with some heat right here. He is going to be in third, and he's going to make a bid for second. So we are on the white flag lap. Schell easily going to win this heat race. The battle's going to be for second. Newhoffen around the top. Rounds on the bottom. Who's it going to be? Newhoffen gets the spot over Rounds. Yates in third, and then Basso, Stewart, and Ware in that order. Great finish right there. Cole Newhoffen got that car wound up, and he really made it work on the top side. Get ready for heat race number 3. On the pole, the Rufco Wicked Energy Elbows Up Sim Sports number 5 from Franklin, Pennsylvania. Braden Eiler, and on the outside of him, the Tim Styles BMRS Black Number Motorsports number 42 from Pittsburgh, Indiana, the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan. Row 2 on the inside. The go to stcroix.com, number 17 from Naugatuck, Connecticut, Christopher Monroe. And on the outside of him in the Shake and Bake Racing, number 1 from Junction City, Kansas, Jacob Schmutz. Third row on the inside, the 007, Jacob Fields. And on the outside of him, the Ultimate Dirt TV 19 Designs, Tim Sims, Black Number Motorsports, number 36 from Sellersburg, Indiana, the Lawnmower Man, Nathan Davis. In the fourth row on the inside, the Casey's General Store number 04 from Des Moines, Iowa, Jason Randolph. And to the outside of him from Wichita, Kansas, in the Wichita Tire and Alignment, number 55, Chris Kratzer, the Rocket Man. All right, green out of 4 with Eiler and Hannigan on the front row. Third and final heat race of the evening. Eiler on the throttle, green flag in the air. He caught Hannigan sleeping just a little bit right there. And when they come out of 2, Hannigan's going to make up some ground off the bottom. You made it close down the backstretch. Eiler first, Hannigan second. Battles for third, side by side. Fields on the inside. Now 3 wide with Schmutz in the middle between Fields and Monroe. There's a little tap from Nathan Davis on Monroe's car. That's going to allow Kratzer to escape and get by for a split second. But Davis finds a ton of speed down the backstretch. just not able to hold it. Move Kratzer into the 5th spot. Davis is 6th, Monroe, and then Randolph. Good battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Schmutz right in front of Kratzer. Schmutz and Kratzer, both Kansas boys, do a lot of NCRA racing. One into the modified, the other in the late models. But Mr. Kratzer does own a modified car. He just usually doesn't drive it a whole lot. He's got other drivers for that. But now Nathan Davis takes away the 5th spot from him. Schmutz is giving himself some breathing room into 4th. 3 to go this time for Braden Eiler in the battles for 2nd. That time Fields used the top side and he drove right by Hannigan on the bottom. So move Fields into 2nd. Hannigan is 3rd. Schmutz 4th. Davis 5th. Kratzer, Randolph, and Monroe 2 to go right there. 17 car of Monroe sliding back as he's allowed Jason Randolph and Chris Kratzer to get around him. But Braden Eiler's to the white flag first. He's got company. Here comes Fields. A mistake from the 5 getting into 1. That opened the door. Can Fields make a slider work in 3 and 4? Doesn't even try it. Goes to the top side. He's going to come out of turn 4. Who's it going to be at the line? Eiler slammed the door. He wins the heat. Then Fields, Hannigan, Schmutz, Davis, Kratzer, Randolph, and Monroe. So heat race is over. We'll get ready to move on to our B main. Should get 11 of these guys out of here. Maybe not. B main, let's run through our starting lineup. Going to be Batters and Basso on row number 1. Davis and Timmerman row 2. Row 3, Stewart and Kratzer. Budzine and Ware in row 4. Row 5, Monroe and Gatsky. And Jason Randolph will bring up the rear. Had to make a quick adjustment to something on graphics real quick. So we have 12 cars locked in. We're taking 8 out of this. So 11 cars are going to start it. 8 are going to the feature. Track looks very racy right now. Couple of lines, and they're both working pretty well for these guys. They'll have 12 laps to get it decided. Hope you're enjoying the show, guys. Don't forget tomorrow night, same time, 410 Outlaw Series, Wicked Energy Gum Outlaw Series. Kara Stoffels will have the call. If you're over on the YouTube or Twitch, subscribe to the channel. You'll know every time we go live. If you're on any of the Facebook channels, come by the Dirt Racing Network, like, share, and follow. On our way to 10,000. Within about 300 now. But our B main right here, Wednesday Night Warriors Ump Mod Series, about to go green, and there it is. Basso and Batters with a touch of contact there. Here comes Stewart across the nose of
all right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Nathan Davis back there. We'll go back and take a quick look at this. I saw it start to happen. 74 car was down on the inside, and he got a good run through the middle, and he just got up and into the 36. And that kind of hooked him around and caused him a bunch of problems. So we'll see how they line it up. Guys will still have 11 laps to decide it. I am certain that we will go back to double wide, and the car that will probably be going to the back, you'll probably see that 72 car of Jeff Stewart moving to the back row. So keep our eyes on the pace truck. If the lights go out, and it looks like they do, we'll be going green out of turn 4. Get the B main started one more time. Still Batters and Basso on the front row. on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. No contact that time. Chris Kratzer made it 3 wide right at the start-finish line. Great start for the 55 car. He's going to move all the way up to third going into turn 3. Battle for the lead out of 4 on the top side. Batters trying to get around and hold on to the lead, but Basso, too much speed in the backstretch. He's going to have it coming out of turn 4 this time. Move the 11 car to the point. Batters into second. Timmerman now working the top side, trying to get around Kratzer. Kratzer finding a lot of grip off the bottom. Oh, a little bit of touch right there going into 3. He moved Timmerman up the hill. Put Timmerman 4th. Monroe, then Davis, you're 6th. Gatsky and Randolph battling for 7th and 8th. That's the 70 and the 04. And the 04 makes a move to take 2 spots right there. Move him to 7th in front of Nathan Davis. Will Gatsky, the pink and white car, 70 machine. Right now sitting in that final transfer spot. He'd rather put the 36 on the bubble. We are halfway home in the B main. 6 down, 6 to go still. Basso, Kratzer, Batters, Timmerman, Monroe, Randolph, Davis, and Gatsky in our top 8. Those are your transfer cars. Buddy Ware, Gary Budzine, and Jeff Stewart on the outside looking. Oh, then a little bit of contact. 70 car got into. I want to say he got into Randolph right there. I didn't catch the car going down into 3. Yep, just a little bit of contact. Just enough to unweight that right rear and spin that 70 car out. I think Mr. Gatsky knows I am going to restart with 5 to go in the 11th position. That might be enough for me. And he did take the 70 car right to pit road. So Basso, Kratzer, Batters, Timmerman, Monroe, Randolph, Davis. I'm not sure who took Gatsky's spot, and he's going to show on that lineup for a little bit, but Ware and Budzine now. So Jeff Stewart, Gary Budzine, and Buddy Ware are the cars on the outside looking in at the moment. The green flag back in the air. 5 laps to go. Basso able to hang on for the moment, but here comes Kratzer down on the bottom. Kratzer with a little bit of a slip in 3 and 4, and he's going to give the spot back. He may lose a spot to Timmerman up here. Right now, Buddy Ware, that green and gray car. The 017 is your final transfer spot. He's right in front of Jeff Stewart. Contact between Monroe and Davis going into 1. That's going to open up the bottom door. Not quite enough, but it's 3 wide down the backstretch. These are all transfer spots right here. Now move the 36 car onto the bubble. Nathan Davis into that 8th spot, the 36 machine. Last car looking in, coming to the white flag. Still Basso, Timmerman, Kratzer, Batters, Monroe, Randolph, Ware. And we're watching the battle for the final spot. Jeff Stewart now has the nose of the 72 car into that spot. Davis a little sluggish out of turn 2. Now goes into 3 and 4 with a good head of steam. Who's going to have the transfer spot? Stewart gets it. Basso, Timmerman, Kratzer, Batters, Randolph, Monroe, Ware, and Jeff Stewart transferring to the feature. We'll have a couple of minutes of practice, so while the guys are getting a couple of laps in, let's have you check this out. All right, big thank you to Tim Nichols over at Tim Sims. I know he got us a watch party going, and he was watching just a little bit ago. We're going to see how long they let these guys have some practice laps. It doesn't actually look like they're letting cars out onto the track. Looks like they're going to advance. Do it. Outside of him, the 3rd row on the inside. Cole Newhoffen in the 8, the 007 of Jacob Fields on the outside. Inside row number 4, the 13, Cody Kelly on the outside, 28, newcomer Zach Rounds. Fifth row on the inside, Mason Hannigan into the 42. On the outside, the 99 to Colby Cooper. Shane Yates, the 11 car inside row 6 with the 1 of Jacob Schmutz on his outside. Cole Bossau, the 011, starts inside row number 7 with Sean Timmerman in the 024 on the outside of that row. The 8th row on the inside, the 55 of Chris Katzer. The 020 of Keenan Batters. And in the 9th row, Jason Randolph, the 04 inside, Christopher Monroe, the 17 on the outside. The back row looks like this. The 017 of Buddy Ware and the 72 of Jeff Stewart inside and out. We have 20 starters for 35 laps. Last time we were here, they had 1 caution. Lights off on the pace truck. Should be 2 lanes of racing. We'll see how this plays out. 44 machine has not finished outside the top 2 positions all season long. Can he pull it off again? Batista on the throttle, green flag in the air. We are underway, and we'll watch our leaders go through turns 1 and 2. Batista on the bottom, Shell right to the top. All right, now coming out of turn 4, Tyler Shell leads lap number 1. John Batista sits in second. Here comes Eiler and Olsen. These guys trying to do battle. Batista moves to the top. Usually a bottom feeder. Tries to catfish it every night. He wants to get up there, keep close. He'd like to finish in that top 2. He knows the drop weeks are going to become very important. So you'll see the 54 and the 44 in lockstep all night long. Right now, Cody Olsen, the 6 machine, having a fantastic start to this one. He is up to 3rd. He got around Braden Eiler on the top side. Mason Hannigan and Jacob Fields battling for 5th and 6th. And Fields on the top side has the advantage coming out of turn 4. Move him into 5th. Hannigan, Rounds, Kelly, Timmerman, Basso, your top 10. Basso's got his hands full. Cole Newhoffen now trying to move the 8 car inside that top 10. 2 and 3 wide all the way back after the top 5, 6 cars here. They've all moved to the top side. Mason Hannigan in 6th, now 7th, the only car not running the top line in that group. He's doing all right on the bottom. He's able to hold Fields. There's some contact. Olsen found the wall. And then Eiler found him. Now Eiler sneaks by in between cars. Move Braden Eiler temporarily to 4th. Here comes Olsen back. Finds a little bit more fence. Big crunch down into 1. That's going to cost him some spots. Guys sideways behind that.
Right,
Cole Newhoffen got turned around. Let's go back and see. I know that started with a 6 car finding the fence and guys getting in behind him. You see the 28, the 24. The 11, just a little bit of chain reaction racing. And we'll see where everybody is going to get lined up here. I know it is Shell, Batista, Eiler, your top 3. Looks like Olsen going to the back. That's going to move Hannigan up to 4th. Then Rounds, Timmerman, Kelly, Basso, Schmutz, and Shane Yates, your top 10. As they will get ready to go double file and go for the restart here. "27 laps to go." Guys getting set up 2 wide, are ready to go green this time out of turn 4. Well, welcome to the chat, Gage. Thank you for being here. All right, 27 to go. A-main time. Tyler Shell on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. John Batista going to try to get the top side working quickly, take that lead away. See if he can make Shell chase him for a while, and he does it going into 3. Now, if he can maintain it through 3 and 4 right here, he'll have the lead back. Give it to John Batista. Put Tyler Shell second. Eiler and Hannigan now battling. Hannigan up top, Eiler on the bottom. Eiler's got the spot. Hannigan finds the back end and the fence. Timmerman on the inside, 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Zach Rounds took the 28 car by everybody on the very inside right there. Move him to third. Now Eiler able to get the 5 car righted, fighting back off the top side. Hannigan's up there. You see Basso up there, the 11 car. Timmerman right through the middle. Cars 3 wide behind that. Yates, Kelly, and Cooper were 3 wide through 1 and 2. They're trying to do it again in 3 and 4. Great racing all the way back through this field. We're watching a battle for about 5th and 6th right here. Timmerman and Basso 6th and 7th, that is. We'll go back, take a look at the leaders. Tyler Schell was nearly pushing the 54 of John Batista through the front stretch, trying to get him out of shape going into 1, maybe taking advantage on him there. These two starting to stretch away from Eiler. They have battled just nearly wheel to wheel for 10 full weeks. I expect nothing less in 11th week, but I know Schell really wants to pull off the championship, keep that string of top 2s going. A great move by Batista to take the slider line away and counter that. This time, I don't know. We'll have to see if he's going to do it. Right back to him. Quick slider from Batista, but Schell saw it coming. He was able to cut underneath. Move the 44 machine back in the front. Now Batista settling into second. Eiler still third. Zach Rounds into the 4th spot. Timmerman is settled into 5th. Yates is 6th. The battle's behind that. Basso on the top side. Schmutz on the bottom. Schmutz has Cooper behind him with Hannigan on the outside. They're 3 deep, 2 wide. Through Kelly on the top of Cole Newhoff and the 8 car down on the bottom. These guys all inside your top 10 right here. Now bring Cody Kelly into the mix. 13 cars. He's going to go around Cooper on the top side. Move him up. Great battling all the way through the field. Like I said before, leaders out of turn 2. Everybody else coming out of turn 4. 15 to go this time. We're well past halfway. Tyler Schell down on the bottom. Not used to seeing that out of Schell. He is a top rider. He loves the cushion up there. But he has taken the 44 car to the bottom in 1 and 2, and he is starting to gap these guys. He is putting about 5 car lengths between himself and John Batista. And they're not running lap times that far apart. 2/100ths of a second. Last time, this time, Batista actually a little bit quicker. Braden Eitler still third. Zach Rounds 4th. Sean Timmerman 5th. We're watching the guys at the front right now as we come down to 12 to go. Schell now goes to the top again in 1 and 2. That time he was almost a 10th quicker. Eiler still third, closing in on the back of the 54 machine of John Batista. Zach Rounds in his return to DSRL, running in 4th. Timmerman clips the wall right here. Through 1 and 2, he's going to hang on to 5th. Mason Hannigan in the 6th spot. He's got company, Yates and Basso. Schmutz still 9th. Cody Kelly now 10th. Newhoffen looked to the inside. Jacob Fields right in the middle of that. Kobe Cooper's still a part of that battle. Inside 10 to go. Batista still second behind Tyler Schell. Braden Eiler still third. Zach Rounds, Sean Timmerman, your top 5. They've settled into kind of a single file run here. Now Schell goes back to the bottom. They're going to be in lap traffic in a couple of laps. Scratch that caution flag as Cody Olson was sideways. Let's go see what happened to Cody. 3 wide, he and Buddy Ware, and that looks like Jeff Stewart. All 3 of them getting together. Olson not able to keep the car straight. He ends up backwards. So, reset with just a short run, about 7 laps remaining. Schell, Batista, Eiler, Rounds, Timmerman, Hannigan, Yates, Basso, Schmutz, and Newhoffen And then Cody Kelly in behind that. Jacob Fields, Colby Cooper, Jason Randolph, Keenan Batters, Jeff Stewart, Buddy Ware, Chris Monroe, and Cody Olson rounding out the field. All 19 cars still, or 19 of the 20 still on the track. Chris Kratzer with problems. Already bailed out. Took his car to the infield. So inside 10 to go. You get a single file restart. Shell on the throttle. Batista right behind. Green flag back in the air. Shell with a pretty good jump. He's got about 2.5 cars going into 1 and 2. He goes straight up top shelf. Now Batista staying up there with him, trying to stay in contact. If Shell has an issue, he'll be able to capitalize, pick up another win in the series. Hasn't won in quite a few weeks. He's trying to hang on a second. He had Eiler right up underneath him, 3 wide for a second. Rounds moved Eiler up the hill going into turn 1. Now Batista trying to hang on to second as Rounds has found a little bit of something on the bottom. 4 laps to go this time by. 28 car of Rounds into the 3rd spot. Timmerman around Eiler has moved into 4th. Here comes Hannigan. Hannigan down on the bottom, the 42 car, trying to find some drive off the exit. Makes it 3 wide down the front stretch as Eiler and Timmerman make contact multiple times, and caution. Big pileup back here. Basso in this one. Let's see what happened to him. He and Schmutz with a little contact going into turn 1. That's going to stack up Fields and Cody Kelly. Then it collects Jeff Stewart as Cody Olson is able to drive right around him. So a 2-lap green-white checker shootout, maybe to finish this one. Shell, Batista, Rounds, Timmerman, Eiler, the top 5. All right, once again, single file restart, 2-lap shootout. Green out of turn number 4. Who's going to pick up the win tonight? Will it be Shell, Batista, Rounds, or can Timmerman pull off a miracle from 4th starting position on the last restart? Shell with a good start. Batista tried to anticipate, wasn't able to make it happen, but he stays closer this time than he's been each of the last 2 restarts. They both go to the bottom. Now going to go through 3 and 4 on the bottom. Shell goes to the top. Big slide from Batista. Rounds has got a good run down the front stretch. Can he do something on the white flag lap out of turn 2? Here comes the 28 car. Not able to get it there just yet. Batista off the bottom. Shell's going to win it. Who's going to get second? John Batista at the line, right in front of Zach Rounds for your top 3. We'll get those guys around on the front stretch and get them parked. We'll talk to them about their races tonight. Good run, great finish. Can't wait to hear what these guys have to say. But another 1-2 finish for the 44 and the 54. Seems like those 2 guys have done that all season long, with the exception of maybe 1 race. So they will all pull up here together. We'll get down here and talk to our drivers. Tyler Shell. Let's grab a Zach Rounds, and let's get us a John Batista. Zach Rounds, you got a copy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I got you now, buddy. Well, man, in your return to DSRL, you come back in the modified car, and you have a heck of a run tonight. You finished 3rd, man. Talk to us about this return and the feature.
Well, it's been about 1.5 years since I ran dirt. I came back, I bought an Oculus last Friday and thought it was about time, and ran a couple of sprint car, hosted sessions, and and then the John, Batista, Nate, and them were telling me that you guys are running the fixed mod league, and I thought that was a perfect place for me to get started back in the fixed stuff, because I'm pretty slow in the open yet. So yeah, I just came out and I was just, going to try my luck and hopefully make the main, and had a good start spot in the heat race, so that kind of, was able to get me to the main, and yeah, I didn't get the wall too hard on the feature, and was able to make a few spots and found myself up front. Yeah, I think if there was a little bit more on the bottom or something, probably could have tried to make a run for first, or even if there was, another 15 laps or so. But I'm happy with third. I'm happy with the podium, and just, like I said, even making the main in the first place. So.
Well, a long time off. Hadn't seen you in the series in forever. And it didn't look like you were all that rusty. You did a great job out there tonight, man. You got any shout-outs, any thank yous before we let you go celebrating your, what I would call a triumphant return?
Yeah, I guess just the guys at Black Diamond. Have been hanging out with them a little bit. And yeah, I guess that's about it right now. Like I said, it's only been a couple days, so getting back into the swing of things. Hopefully see me up here a little bit more often.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and we look forward to seeing you back here, at least in this series next week, buddy.
Yep, thanks, Roger.
Third place tonight, Zach Rounds. Let's grab John Batista. JB, you got a copy?
Hey, sure do.
All right, man. Well, you guys started next to each other on the front row, and once again, the 54, the 44 put on a heck of a show. You guys were on 1-2. You finished second tonight, man. Talk to us about this race.
Well, obviously didn't really go the way I wanted it to or needed it to. Track was tough. Track was basically a complete flip from the last time we went here when it was 3 or 4 lines. Maybe there were more lines. I couldn't see them or find them. I tried the bottom at the end. It didn't really work for me. So it is what it is. I just ran the top as good as I could without touching the wall. And I feel like I did a pretty good job of that. And really just tried to stay mistake-free and hope Tyler would blow up or something. But, didn't happen. So congrats to him on another victory. And probably that, I think that locked it up for him.
Well, I think we have drops starting, and so I don't think it'll be finally decided until next week. We'll just have to see where we stand after the points are done. But a great run, man. You got to start up front in a heat race for a change, so that had to be a little bit more fun.
Yeah, it makes things a little bit easier starting first than 18th.
Every single time.
Yep.
Fun format for you guys here without qualifying. You get the random draw, and sometimes you get to start at the front of your heat, sometimes you got to start at the back, and that really can determine where you're going to start in your feature and make things really easy on you or really, really difficult. Tonight, you got the better end of it. A fantastic run. Who's on the car helping you out before we let you get out of here, bud?
Yeah, first I just want to say congrats to Zach on his return to racing, really. On a great podium finish against a pretty group of guys. Congrats to him. Thank you, Roger, for putting this deal on. Can't wait for the big next season that's upon us soon. Congrats to Tyler on a victory, and I'll see you guys next week.
I'll see you tomorrow night, won't I? Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, man. Another fantastic run, and like I said, I will see you tomorrow night, buddy.
Thanks, sir. See you tomorrow.
All right, your second place finisher, John Batista. Now, he just keeps on doing it. I don't know what force is going to come in here to try to stop the guy, but Tyler Shell wins another one. Tyler, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I got you, buddy, man. Another win for you that keeps your string of top 2 finishes alive. And you had to battle JB once again. Fantastic race. You guys traded it back a little bit through the race, back and forth. Talk to us about this feature and how tough it was to pull off this win.
It was tough there. When I got I was sitting good off gritty because the outside lane was so much better than the inside. So I got to the lead, and then their caution came out, and then JB got it. So then I was just having to be smooth and consistent and try to hope for he messed up, and he bobbled there off I think turn 2, and I got a little bit of a run, and I just threw a slider to break his momentum, and we got into a slider battle, and was just able to get by him, and then that last caution there just started single file. Well, last couple, I think there's 2 or 3. Started single file and just try to hit my marks. I think the bottom was coming in there a little bit at the end. I felt a lot better there in 1. Just I couldn't get into the corner into 1. Really couldn't get into 3 either. I kept hitting the wall in the straightaway and just pushing tight going into the corner. Just the car hit the bounces wrong and the rear end just shifted to the wall, and just it was tough. Overall, it was a fun race.
Well, like I said, another victory for you, and that's going to shake the points up pretty good. I think with the drop week for week number 12, it's going to be a little bit closer than maybe you want it to be. It's probably going to be in the neighborhood of 50 or 60 points, so you ain't going to be able to make any mistakes next week. What are you going to do to get focused to try to pick up this championship next week?
Just do what I do every week. Come in and have fun. When you're having fun, you're usually doing good. So just try to make sure you're having fun. Once you start getting frustrated and stuff, that's when the bad finishes start happening. So just try to keep it fun, and just it is what it is. Whatever. If you finish bad, you finish bad, but don't try to frustrate yourself over it, because then it's just going to build.
All right, man. Well, a fantastic run. Who's on the car once again before we let you get out of here?
Just like thank Elvis Up Simsport, you guys for putting this deal on. It's been definitely the best league I've run in for sure. It's a lot of fun. And then Flow Racing, and then Anderson Speedway, Motorsports, Just Logistics, Paints by Tune Again, Hergot Real Estate, BSR, Overlaw Photographs, Catch Fence Apparel, Roofco, and Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation.
All right, man. Congrats again, and I'll see you tomorrow night in the Big Wings.
Yep, see you.
Your winner once again, Tyler Schell. I don't know who's going to stop that guy, but, man, he is on fire in this series. Official results, Tyler Schell wins at Batista second. Zach Rounds in his return to DSRL and racing in general comes home in third. Sean Timmerman fourth. Mason Hannigan fifth. Cole Newhoff sixth. Seventh to Braden Nyler. Shane Yates is eighth. Jacob Schmutz ninth. Colby Cooper 10th. Jacob Fields was 11th. Jason Randolph was 12th. Keenan Batters 13th. 14th to Buddy Ware. Chris Monroe in the 15th spot. Cody Olson was 16th. Cole Basso in the 17th spot. Jeff Stewart 18th. Cody Kelly finishes 19th. And Chris Kratzer rounded out the field. Week 11 in the books. One more week. We crown a champion next with Wednesday night for the Wednesday Warrior Series here. Don't forget tomorrow night, KR Stolfus, 8 o'clock Eastern, will be on the call for the DSRL Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. Those guys also in their 11th week. Points very tight in that series. I don't have them in front of me, but I do know they were pretty tight at the top 3. So be sure that you tune in for that. If you have not already liked, shared, or followed the Dirt Racing Network on Facebook, please do so. If you are over on Twitch and YouTube, subscribe to the channel. You'll know when we go live. Don't forget to download Racecast app for your smartphone. And until we see you the next time, for KR Stolfus and myself here at the Dirt Racing Network, guys, keep it dirty, everybody.